Can you see the difference between these two balls? Apart from one's yellow, one's white. I'll let you into a secret. This is my provisional ball. And it always flies better than this one. You ever notice that? You put your first ball down, hook it into the scrub on the left, slice into the car park on the right, put your provisional ball down, stand up, hit a perfect shot. So I always joke, play a provisional ball first, or buy a pack of provisional balls. They always go better than your first ball. Technically that isn't true, but there's a reason for it. In this video, I'm going to explain why that happens and how in the worst case it could lead to the yips. And the yips are something that even the best guys get, tour pros. And I'm not just talking about putting yips. This is full swing yips. Cannot pull the trigger yips. And you'll find as you get older and as you get more experience and as a better golfer, you actually have more chance of developing the yips, which is a bit scary. So the things I'm going to show you in here is what causes the yips, what you could do to cure yourself of the yips. It's pretty easy. Therefore, you'll become aware. So even as a beginner golfer, you'll get the idea of what to look out for. You'll develop some good habits and hopefully never get the yips. From a personal point of view, I used to have the yips in bunkers. I would walk up, agonize where that ball, how am I going to stand? How am I going to wait? How open I'm going to make that club? And I would absolutely fluff it. It would either fly out, it would miles out, or it would go into the face, not get out at all. And I'd get frustrated. I'd just walk up to wherever the ball was now, put my club behind it, ball would pop out perfectly. That was my yips. Luckily, I got that sorted. But it happens everywhere. You'll see it happens lots on the putting green. More and more people, I see it. They don't know they've got the yips or that they're developing the yips. You see people standing up behind a ball, fidgeting, fidget, hands like this. Sergio Garcia even does that, fidgeting with his grip. He's some of the best players in the world, but he's got it under control, and there's actually a sequence to his grip fidgeting. I see people doing this. I have to turn away, I can't look at it. It's stressful to watch. And then the other people, rigid, stiff, not moving. Then eventually, an explosion of speed, all not under control, and obviously make a complete mess up of the shot. So if you've ever talked to a golfer who's got the yips, ask them why they think they have the problem. They'll say it's fear, anxiety, don't know what's going to happen. But I think that they've got that backward. You get the fear and anxiety and not knowing what's going to happen when you've totally lost trust in your golf swing. And if you go back to understand how difficult golf can be, you always have to remember we're hitting a static ball from a static position. Not a very natural thing. We're used to something moving. We're used to tracking it and catching it or hitting it. It's just natural in us. When you're absolutely still and you have to move and then hit, that's not a very natural movement. That means it's come down to lack of flow in the swing. And so when you see someone hit a provisional ball, it's just a very natural flow because they made such a mess up with the first one, they don't want to do it again, so they just stand down and hit. They say, oh, well, I can't score anyway, and they just hit, and they hit the perfect shot. When someone's got the yips, they've gone static, and they're so worried about hitting that rather than about the flow to send that ball nicely down the fairway, but they tense up, and they don't know how to get into the flow. This is why my bunker example shows you how flow matters. When I'm worried about it, I was stuck over it. When I just walk up, I've seen this a lot of golfers, they've 3 times try and get out of the bunker and they walk up, boom, out. Difference was they were already moving. They've literally just stepped up to the ball, stood there, swing, effortless, pure flow. So what does flow look like? It's not jerky. It's not this. Faster I jerk there, that makes me drop. If I want to really flow, it's very light, very light. Everything's moving together. There's flow. If I have something heavy here, I try and move that now so that that's heavier than this end. I'm not going to move that bit down the bottom first. I'm just going to pull the handle first and watch how the club face naturally wants to move. So if I did the same here, just the first little move is the handle moving away. As soon as I move and can feel the weight of that, it comes as well. Up, swing, beautifully balanced, natural flow. Or in the golf swing, one good little practice is the continuous. This is what you see people do in their practice swings. And it looks nothing like the real swing because it's just natural, flowing. And if they were just to put the ball in the way, they did it fine. Most people don't have a pre-shot routine. A routine that is the same every time, or as close to being the same every time, no matter what the shot. So the most simple one might be, bear in mind you've already decided how far and which club and like any wind or anything like that. So you've got your club, you know what shot you've got to play, shot shape if you're that advanced, or how far you're going to hit it. Come behind, pick your line, walk up. Once you're in the hitting zone, you're pretty much committed to go then. Place the club on the line, take your grip and stance, and swing. Now for me, I call it goldfish golf. It's like your brain doesn't remember things so very much. Once I'm ready to go, to having hit the ball in about 7 seconds, 10 at the most, and it's about 3 seconds once I'm here. I will not wait for longer than 3 seconds behind the ball once I'm ready. So it's down, 1, 2, 3. Again, take out any of the other worries around. You've already decided, you've had your worry in this zone. You walk up to the ball, there's nothing to worry, you just commit now. You hit what you're going to hit. If it was the wrong choice, it's the wrong choice. It doesn't matter. What you're not going to do is put it in the bushes or shank it off the tee, hopefully. Mini step drop. What we're going to do is start the swing here. So it's got to come back through. If you watch my feet when I'm swinging continuously, you can see it's going left heel, right heel. They're just coming up one after the other. You don't have to keep your feet planted to the ground. You've just got to be balanced and planted at impact. So we're going to move here. This drill is the heels. So I'm going to, from my startup position, I'm going to put pressure into my left foot as though I was following through. It's going to lift my right heel, and then I'm going to plant it and go back the other way. So stand there, pressure, plant, lift the heel, go. That's right. That's my trigger to start the swing. So the club doesn't move until that heel hits the ground. I do it down the line for you. See that? That's my trigger. Trigger to start the swing. Not starting it with my hand down here. Nice and smooth. What's another trigger we can use? Push forward trigger. So this is before taking the club back that way. I'm just going to push it forward. So it goes forward, back. And you make it a flowing movement. As soon as you've pushed it, there, and then turn. So you've started the motion. You could even use the hand push with the foot. Very smooth. That's set my body moving. I'm off the static position now. There's also kind of mental ways you could do this. In my mind, the way I do this, I've set up, I take one final look, and as I'm looking back to the ball, it's like that club's coming back, and as soon as my eyes get the ball, the club then takes over and goes that way. So it's look, come back, and continue. And so the club's following this imaginary arc that my eyes were following from the target. For me, that is the advantage. I'm a very visual player. I know I've kept myself with that 2 or 3 seconds before I was looking at the target. So if I put a ball in front, it's kind of like this. And hopefully that was straight down the middle. It felt good. One great way to improve your rhythm and flow is do practice swings with your eyes closed. You'll be engaging other senses to keep your balance that way. And once you can do it, you do a few with your eyes open and then close the eyes. As soon as I do that, I'm feeling it more through my feet, and the balance comes very well. You're on a practice range, set up to the ball, close your eyes, and then do that same swing and hit the ball. You'll be amazed how easy that is. It's amazing how it can get the club back on something you're not even looking at. You can't see it. So let's recap. Yips are down to a breakdown in your flow, your rhythm. And the way to get over that is get a decent pre-shot routine and incorporate some flow swing triggers. So the triggers we talked about, pushing the hand, lifting the heel and planting it, all these to start the swing moving. So in recap, we have pre-shot routine, we have flow drills, eyes closed, stepping from foot to foot, that's another good one. It's all balance and flow. Even try and hit a ball, eyes closed on the range. Then we have flow triggers. So the push forward, we can push into the ground slightly. We push forward, go. Or heel tap, go. It's a signal to the brain to go, not to rush it. The rush one is doing nothing and then pulling back hard, or round or up. Very jerky movement. And often nothing happens here. It's up, down. You're so jerky that your body's just trying to stand up. Whereas if you flow, you're just messing around on one leg most of the time. Like jerk, I've immediately got to get my feet on the ground because don't want to fall over. If you want to avoid the yips, develop pre-shot routine, some nice flow, some triggers to start the swing. If you've already got suffering from the yips a bit, figure out which one of those is missing. And if all else fails, play your provisional ball first. Think about it in your mind. Just think it's a provisional ball. And if none of that works, get down your pro shop and ask them for a box of their best provisionals. I'm sure they'll be happy to help. Till the next time, play well.